Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
What are they twisted about?
Well, people just thought you were insensitive to the families of the miners.
What did I say? What did I say that was insensitive?
Well, see, I think they missed the part where you said, it's a tragedy, it's horrible to happen, but I don't know why you're suing anybody. But they thought you were basically picking on the families for being outraged that their family had died. Their loved ones
I didn't say any of that.
No, they misunderstood.
What does it say?
I can see the New Year's and nothing for your compassion or for the people. I would have thought the time with your family and friends. That's not important. The story about...
I still haven't heard from my dad.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm.
All the way through the holiday?
Mm-mm.
Well, now I give him your home. I don't even have your home number. It's changed, and you didn't give it to anybody.
I don't have his.
So what's going to happen here? You just drift apart and never see him again?
Okay.
If no one has your phone number,
my mom has it.
I was going to say, if something happened to him, how would they know even get a hold of you?
I don't know.
These are things grown-ups think of.
I haven't.
You might skate on the funeral costs if you can stay away long enough.
Do I got to pay for that?
You might. You may want to start distancing yourself now.
He's a veteran. Wouldn't they pay for it?
Oh, that's right. They might.
They might. This is your father.
Okay.
You have a lot of respect for your father because you have the same tattoo in honor of him.
Yeah, the tattoo that I went out of my way to get to make sure it was just like his, he finally sees it.
Yes.
And he tells me it's the wrong color. Nothing else. It's the wrong color.
Not thank you, son. That was really touching.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's just not his style. But you know he loves you, and you love him.
Okay.
How can you drift apart and not have even a concept of if the man's laying dead somewhere?
I haven't heard from him. I don't know how to get a hold of him.
You changed your number.
You know what? People know where I... Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Jason.
Yes, sir.
Do I know you?
No, sir.
You just got a hold of me, right?
Yeah, it was
All right, hang on. What about that?
He could call you at the radio station. I'm sure he doesn't think of that option. Most people
Why not?
don't.
Hold on a second. Angel.
Yes.
I know you?
No.
All right, then. How hard was it to get a hold of me?
Not very hard.
All right, hang on, sweetie.
Well, he probably doesn't think about that.
Okay, well, then it's not that important. He knows the address here, and he knows the phone number. He knows how to get a hold of me. I got no clue where he is.
How did he drift away? And how do you guys end up not having each other's at least phone number?
He moved, I moved.
Most of the time when people move, they send their forwarding address to their loved ones.
I didn't send it to anybody.
Their phone numbers. Well, family needs to know.
Well, the problem with my family is if you send them a forwarding address, some jackass reason, they take that as an invitation.
Well, because it is.
No, it's not.
You're going to really regret if your father drifts away from you and dies and something happens and you didn't even get the chance to say.
What am I going to change?
You can find him.
I don't know where he is.
Does your brother know where he is? Does your mother know where he is?
Probably.
Did you ask?
I asked my mom.
And she said?
I don't know.
She doesn't know either. Well, that's a shame.
You can hire a PI.
He knows where I am.
Yeah, but you don't know where he is.
Am I important enough to call? I get that from the family all the time. How come you never come see us? Why don't you get off your dead ass and come see me?
Well, your mother does come see you.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. It's the rest of the family. They want me to drive everywhere. People, I got family in McKinney and Ennis and each side of Dallas and Fort. I don't want to drive out there. You want to see, if I'm that important to come to see, come see me.
They all have your phone number?
But you make it sound like I'm hiding off someplace, incognito, and there's no way for anybody to get a hold of me.
No, obviously.
Watch this. Jim.
Yes.
I know you.
Never met you.
There.
Oh, Jim found you. I know you people that listen to the show. Maybe he doesn't listen. I don't know. I'm just saying it's odd that a grown man whose father is still alive doesn't know where he lives and doesn't get a hold of him. It's just odd. Something were to happen to you. Did you even have a living will? We talked about this before. Because I did mine over the holidays.
Well, you should have had one a long time ago. You got kids.
Yeah.
Well, and you're predisposed
to
accidents, injury,
to death.
Make it that way.
Yeah, that is in your disposition.
Yes.
Anyway,
you should have had a will a long time ago.
Well, I did.
You got people to leave it to. I don't have anybody to leave it to.
I've had insurance life insurance that would have gone to the kids. But as far as a will, I didn't have a whole lot to leave them until recently.
If I die and the money goes to the state, what do I care?
You really don't. It'd just be nice for it to go to a charity you like or something.
Yeah.
Something
Listener Foundation or Operation Kindness.
All right, how do we get off to my dad? What are you reading?
Minors. You about the minors and then
All right.
And that your time with your family and friends over the holidays.
All right.
The story about the miners was absolutely horrible. Families thought their loved ones were alive, then they found out they had died, and you simply had zero compassion for any of the people involved. How ironic that you would be able to turn it into some sort of racial issue. You are indeed a cold-hearted, uncompassionate racist. And I'm one of your white listeners.
How'd I turn it into a racial angle?
Because you said Jesse Jackson didn't show up because they were all white people.
I said, where was he? He's always around when there's some type of impropriety on behalf of government, response time, whatever. In the case of an emergency, when people aren't there quick enough, he's always there.
For the black
if
community.
they're black.
Correct.
Why do they got to be black?
That's his job. He's a
No,
black activist.
it's a job that he chose. It's not like somebody appointed him to run around and try and correct black problems.
I've often wondered that. Who is it that appointed him and Al Sharpton the head?
Oh, they did that to themselves.
Did they?
Yeah, it's kind of the same way in which, you help firefighters and policemen, but not electricians.
But I don't just help white ones.
Well, no, that's true, but my point is you've selected what your task is with regard to charities, and you don't stray from that in much the same way that Jesse doesn't stray.
Fair enough. If it was a choice, at least he's doing something.
Right.
This other one says, just, oh my gosh, give these poor people a break. All but one of these poor men were in their late 50s or 60s.
I didn't do anything to these people. And the only thing that I said was, first of all, I said it was a tragedy.
You did.
But everybody in that town knew of all the violations that mine had. They knew the inherent dangers. You went to work anyway. You don't turn around and all of a sudden say, well, where the hell were all the safety? How come all the safety things weren't in place? You knew that already. You don't ask after the fact. You don't ask after the fact of going in there for years and years. And you also don't ask for cash just because bad information got out. That's what that one chick was talking about.
That's the bad. Yeah, that's the thing that really that's aggravating to me, because basically they said, well, they're alive, and 3 hours later they went, oh, we're wrong. Well, that's what you want.
And it wasn't even the coal company that said they're alive.
No.
That came from a cell call from somebody that I guess was down there looking around.
Right.
And they said they're coming
And it
out.
was such good news, they wanted to spread it and ring the bells.
That went to a police dispatch. Somehow it got out from there, and then that made the rounds. And then the coal company had to come out and say 2 or 3 hours later, all right, here's what's going on. All of a sudden, it's their fault.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I don't know if you want to revisit it or not, but does it make a difference, the fact that you have people that are in a society, a city that is not very well heeled, and these are people that pretty well have to take whatever job is there, and that's pretty much the only work that's there? It's really not a meaningful choice in the sense that they can't maybe go work at some other place.
Why
Pretty
not?
much, well, because there aren't a lot of places to work. Unemployment's really high.
Okay, well, first of all, you can, if you want to, you can go work someplace else. You can move, you can relocate to another town with a crappy economy and go work there. The mindset in towns like that is it's a family thing. It's almost like something that you just inherit. Inherit. My dad worked there. My brothers worked there. Now I'm going to work there.
Well, that's what I mean. It's sort of a way of life in the sense that it's almost not the same sort of meaningful choice that you would have at a place like, Dallas, for example, where there are any number of different jobs you can undertake.
What's the question you're going for?
Well, the question is, does it matter in terms of your analysis whether or not the extent to which their choice is a meaningful one, given the fact
I didn't say anything about their choice. The big thing that pissed me off was somebody was going to go back and sue the coal company because the wrong information got out. That's got nothing to do with them.
Well, yeah, that's a secondary, act of negligence, assuming that that the collapse was the first.
Yeah, you could go back and investigate the collapse, and if there was something that nobody knew about that only the coal company did,
because they've been having explosions in mines forever.
Yeah, then you have a case there. That's not what we were talking about. Okay. They were mad because some information got out. It took the coal company, the CEO, 3 hours to go back and say, okay, here's what's really going on. Only one guy made it. It doesn't matter that all the rest of the media reported it. Everybody else jumped on it. It's on the front page of the Morning News and the Star Telegram, and it was carried on the AP Wire. Forget that. No. They want to go back and sue the coal company because wrong information got out.
Well, sure. They want cash out of it.
Well,
you can't sue the Associated Press.
Right. Of course not.
So you're going to go after the people with cash.
And where's the logic from that? Well, something was done here, and the only way that I'm going to get past this is if you give me a nice wad of cash.
Because they read the papers and they see when a hot pickle falls on somebody and they sue McDonald's and they get cash. That's the mentality.
Well,
because that's the first thing people think of.
how much compassion does that make it look like you have if the first thing out of your mouth to the media is, I'm getting cash. I don't care who I sue. I'm getting cash from somebody.
Not very much.
Now, what a horrible tragedy.
It
How
is.
about if we look into this, and maybe we'll look into it, and it doesn't happen again? That's not going to be the case. I'm suing somebody because they killed our family.
Well, people are going to follow the money trail in all walks of life. I mean, if there's
But
cash
you
out
would
there to be
hope,
had.
you would hope that they'd let something calm down. You'd think things would stop smoking before it comes out of your mouth of, I got to get me some money.
It's the first thing out of a lady's mouth.
Yeah, I don't think that's human nature. You know, I mean,
To
obviously.
wait? Which side? You don't think what's human nature?
Well, I think it's human nature to go after the cash, and I think some people are more
Okay.
brazen about it than others.
I understand that, but to me, if I'm going through a tragedy, I'd get through that first.
Right.
One of my first thoughts
Let the sun
is not
come up.
right.
She learned.
I'd let maybe people get buried,
Sure.
maybe grieve a couple of days, and then you go in front of the meeting and go, I'm going to go back and find out what happened here.
Right.
Not the instant that it happens.
Well, that would certainly create a more positive perception had she handled it that way.
I want to take any of these. 6. Ain't nobody on 6. What they want?
Now, he was saying that he's originally from West Virginia. He basically said what you were saying, which is you really only have so many options there. There are really 3 in that area. You can either be a miner, you can work at Walmart, or you can work in fast food. Or, of course, you can move. He elected to move.
Okay. Not everybody has that option. And that's understandable.
The moving part?
Right. If you don't have the cash, you can't move.
Right.
Okay. I don't know how much it costs to pick up your people have been doing it since the 1800s all the way across the country when they didn't like where they lived.
You're right. If you had to, you could find a way to do it.
Right. It's like, we didn't have the cash to get out of the way of the hurricane. It's the same mentality.
But Mark Davis brought this up, of what you're doing is just inherently dangerous. If somebody, now everybody's in the towns running around, well, why didn't they close the mine? Well, why didn't you try that? Bring that up a year ago and see if the town was going to get behind that.
We're going to shut this down for about 6 months while we fix everything.
Right.
You guys take care of each other.
Well, and it's on the order of assumption of the risk. And the classic example of that is at a baseball game. If you're at a baseball game and you're sitting in the stands and you get hit in the head with a foul ball, you're not going to be able to sue the ballpark. I mean, you can, but you're not going to recover because the court's going to come back and say you have assumed this risk. You know, or you should know, that if you're sitting out in the stands of a ball game, fly balls are flying around and you could get hit in the head, so you need to be diligent and watch and make sure that doesn't happen to you.
I don't even know how we got off on this. Because the original email, well, it didn't have anything to do with what I said.
No, they didn't really listen. They just thought you were being insensitive to the families, and you really weren't. You were addressing that one woman who mouthed off at 3:30 in the morning when they just found out 45 minutes earlier that the guys were dead instead. Right. Wrong information. I'm going to sue.
Not let's figure this out. Let's maybe find some way to make this mine safe without shutting it down. None of that. Nothing about my family or that they're gone. Oh, well, the only thing she did bring up was, I'm going to sue somebody. They killed my family. By giving wrong information?
Doesn't make any sense at all.
How we doing, Club? Cool. All right. Yes, Brian.
Well, I guess you've covered it all, unfortunately. The thing about choices, it is something you said yesterday. They take an inherent risk. They have choices. If you go to work and you report or you complain, isn't there a big possibility of you being terminated or let go, and then your family starves either way?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't...
that's not a position that I want to be in, where you go, all right, I got to go. If I don't go work in this mine, where I know any day something could collapse, would explode, and I'm going to be left in there, I could do that every day and take care of my family, or not look like a chicken ass.
Yes, sir.
And have to sit on welfare.
Correct. That was the point. Someone brought it up on Primetime News last night because everyone took that decision. Well, they took the risk of going down in the mine. Well, they had to, because if they complained, they were unemployed, technically. I'm sure there were people waiting in line to take their position.
And it's like I said yesterday, it's a mindset. And I'm not
Yes, sir.
saying it's a stupid mindset. It's your perspective. It's your reality. It's what you grew up with. I grew up in
Right.
this town. Everybody works in the coal mine. That's my destiny.
Oh, it's a culture. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Thanks, sir.
that wasn't it. Thank you. That's not even what I was talking about. That is nothing. I'm not blaming any of them for dying.
No, or for even going down there.
I'm not even saying it's something you had it coming. But you don't go back and blame somebody that wrong information got out, and all of a sudden the only way for me to get through this is if I get me some money.
And again, she's going to go back and attack this coal company who only owned the mine 3 months. Probably was trying to make some changes in it.
I don't know what they were
any
doing.
of that.
And why weren't these... now there's a plethora of questions. How come there's no emergency response team?
Right.
Why weren't other safety measures in place?
Because we knew this was dangerous.
Why weren't you guys asking that? It's okay for us to ask it right now because I don't pay attention to coal mines. You just assume somebody's working in the coal mine. Somebody's probably keeping an eye on it. We find out there's not, so you bring up the questions. But if I'm working down there,
I'm going to be asking.
I'd like to know, well, where's the emergency response team? We don't have one. Well, maybe that's something maybe somebody should look into.
Maybe we will. We'll take your salary and we'll look into it. I mean, I'm just saying.
At a certain point, you just got you weigh the risk and you go.
Yeah.
But that's not even that wasn't even where I was going with this. Hold on. Yes, Angel?
Yes. Russ,
Yes?
the reason
Dan, what does she want?
Something weird happened. She didn't sound like that when she called in.
All right. What did she say when she called in?
She was asking, apparently there's a new night girl or something at KRLD, and she said that she sounds really crazy or something. I don't know. I haven't heard it.
This chick is saying that?
This one obviously has a voice problem.
Kevin,
Yeah.
you got a new night chick on KRLD?
No.
No. What do you have on tonight over there?
We have Raleigh James, who's a woman.
That's who she's talking about.
Yes.
I've heard her.
Yeah.
You going to keep that show?
We continue to make positive changes at KRLD.
Good. When will she be gone? I can't stand it.
Careful with your sickle.
Say it again.
Careful with your sickle. Remember what happened last time? Who he hired? He hired one of his buddies, the J guy.
Who's working out great.
Who said that?
I think he's working out great.
Who told you that?
We have great listener response.
What'd they say?
They said he's doing great.
Who's they?
I don't know their individual names.
How
but
about that?
Well, what am I? All right, sorry. Tom in Dallas, Bob in Plano.
All right, where are the emails? Are they right next to the estimates for the floor that you got from engineering for in here? Sitting right next to those?
Oh, man. That station's on track. Sounds really good. I'm excited about it.
That voice guy has got to be changed.
No. We just got him. He's
That's
fine.
that almost is like you're making fun of other news stations.
No, it's not. No, he's a pro. He's been on a lot of stations.
That needs to change. Why did you get Larry Dixon back? He's out of a job altogether now.
Well, and I understand that. And
Do you know
I feel
K-Love
for
let him go?
Yeah, I heard something about it. I didn't know if it was accurate.
Yeah.
God, why?
I don't know. What's he been here, 25 years?
Oh, easy.
Most of the time on KBIL.
KBIL.
During its heyday in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that really makes sense to leave on K-Love is Larry Dixon.
Yes. Dallas history, Dallas sound.
Yeah. They're also doing something, though, over at KBIL. What did they change at KBIL?
They call it Light now.
Yeah.
Light FM.
That's when you lost it.
No call letters, no nothing. Just Light 103?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is everybody gone over there?
No.
Oh, I thought they were getting rid of everybody.
No, they just made one change.
Who's gone?
Ken Barnett.
They got rid of Barnett for.
The 20-year veteran.
I don't run the radio station. I just know, the radio station was struggling and they had to make some changes.
So they get rid of the midday guy that's been there for 20-some-odd years. Normally on a music station, doesn't the morning show drive that boat?
Normally does.
Yeah.
So if a station's struggling, what's the first correction you'd make?
That might be the case. I don't know. I mean, I purposely stay out of that because, like, for instance, a guy like Ken Barnett, I like him. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I don't know what's happening. So when I talk to him, I can't, I'm telling him the truth. I can't look someone in the eye and tell him.
So it's easy for you to feign ignorance.
No.
Is that what he's saying?
I'd have to hear it again.
It's easy for me.
If he doesn't ask, then he doesn't know. And if somebody asks him, do you know what's going on? He can feign ignorance.
I'm not feigning it.
Or is that faking it?
Well, no, that's actually being ignorant because you don't know. Feigning ignorance is knowing and acting as though you don't.
Oh, okay. So he could just be ignorant.
I suppose.
No, I just choose not to know. I choose not to get into other people's business, just like other program directors don't get into my business.
You choose ignorance.
No, I just choose not to be involved. And they don't want me to be involved, and that's fine. I want that. I have 2 stations that I care about. Now, that being said...
Well, hang on. We're all curious.
What?
We know one of them's the bone.
Yeah.
That's not fair. You guys know where my heart lies.
Why don't you get, since you're going to lose Jeff, why don't you get somebody from the Bone to do promotions over here? Then you just sync them all up.
No. Fine. Onward and upward.
Stay away from Rob.
That's fine. It doesn't, no matter what decision I make, whether either station, you're going to criticize it.
Hold on. Where's the 2-way?
Yeah, fun.
You need to get rid of the voice guy, get Larry Dixon back, and find a job for Ken Barnett. Stick him on where you got Dweezil. What's the guy's name? Jay.
Jay.
Yeah.
Ken Barnett hasn't done talk.
You don't know that.
Well,
obviously, to you, it doesn't matter if it sounds like they can or not.
Oh, that's not. See, no, that's not true
Had
at
this
all.
guy ever been full-time talk before? Full-time.
He's never been full-time.
All right.
But clearly he has the talent.
So you have no ratings history to base his hire on.
I have my history as far as hiring talent.
And I forget, how long did Squeaky work for you?
He worked for me about 1.5 years.
Doing weekends.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
In Vegas.
Yes.
Then you hire him for a full-time job in Dallas.
Yeah.
All right. What is it, Rob?
I was going to say, could I still get the cash?
Rob wants the cash now.
Well, it's fine. The job comes with the cash.
Why don't you just get him the cash?
Because we can't just randomly give.
Obviously you can. You guys can come up with $3,000 to put up a temporary wall. Just tell them you're putting up another 10 walls.
It doesn't work that way.
I think it does.
No, I would love for you to be in our corporate. I would love for you to sit in the meetings. I would love for you because then you would just realize what we go through. You just can't snap your fingers and make something happen.
Did we just start a new year, though? I mean, shouldn't have a new salary?
Yeah, we did start a new year, and a majority of our employees got a raise.
You get a raise, Clive? I know you got one, John. I don't have to ask.
No.
Chloe's not one of our... You know that situation.
I understand.
But that would have been the time to put in a raise for Rob with the new.
Oh, they got Rob a raise.
Oh, they did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. How much?
Rob, after you broke it down, what did it come to per day?
Gavin told me not to say anything.
I understand.
It's based on a percentage.
I know. How much per day?
Let's see, there's 14 days in 2 weeks. I don't know, it's $18 every 2 weeks.
Woo!
Yeah.
Why even bother at that point?
No. You'd get more response out of him if you just walked in every day and handed him a fudge sickle.
No.
It cost about the same, but it would look like at least there was some thought there.
It's
You could eat a part of it and tell him that was withholding.
it's based on the percentage of his salary.
Well, that's not fair.
Welcome to my world.
I just see how money's wasted around here. Instead of wasting it on things that we don't need, that's the reason I use the word waste. Why don't you give it to people?
Well, in an ideal world, I would.
But you'd rather
Certain
waste
things are
it. You'd
practical.
rather waste it on temporary items. $3,000 on a temporary wall.
Yeah, and I'd rather waste it on overpaying for living color. And I'd rather waste it on weekend talk show hosts on my other station. And I'm not a guy that wastes money. I told you the story of the wall.
Mm-hmm. Tell me the story again about paying $20,000 for living color and their one hit. I'm never sending you with cash over to the jukebox.
Listen,
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I admitted, looking back on it, that it was a mistake.
I told you before you paid them. That
And
it was
I
gonna
understand that. But
No, you don't. If somebody tells you this band, not that many people, it's going to appeal to a mass audience. They only had one top 40 hit at best. It's not a good buy. And you buy them anyway.
I thought that people would want to see them.
Why would you make that decision?
Because, I don't know, I thought they were very popular.
And what did somebody that was born here tell you?
You were right on that.
So why wouldn't you listen to me instead of making your own assumption and wasting $20,000?
I made my assumption. I was wrong. But you also said I was wrong about putting NASCAR on the radio.
I haven't seen the ratings. I don't know.
Well, obviously I'm not. It's been a very good thing for the radio station.
What are the ratings?
The ratings are good. I showed you the ratings when they were up.
I've never seen them.
For one book, we were up to 4th place. We were number 1 time spent listening.
What demographic?
On a Sunday. That was, I don't know the demographic. I'm thinking just off the top of my head, I'm thinking males 25 to 54.
All right. Okay.
But I will admit, as a program director, I make mistakes along the way. However, I admit to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those pompous asses that say, that just cover it up.
All right.
I'm all fired up now.
I understand. You get that way when you get defensive. It's your way to lash back.
I got stress balls.
I doubt it.
Shut up.
All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Far and away, the most listened to afternoon show. The Russ Martin.
Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we gonna tether.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
What?
Yes, I want to see the video.
Let me point out that because where the camera is,
Yes.
I just watch it. All right. Mark is in this car with a camera.
Okay.
That's me on the other side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
On the green. There we go. Hold yourself in. I'm good.
See right there?
Yeah.
That's my front fender. That's
see.
Even with the door of the other car.
Now,
I see.
it looks like it's the door because the camera's shooting that way.
It's shooting straight across it. What
It
do you
is
see on
not.
the
It's
fender?
shooting at an angle.
You got beat off the line.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you. And the only time you pass him was when he gets off the gas. At the very end, you hear it.
He had no reason to let off. There was nobody. I had to slow down because there was somebody in front of me.
You sped on.
They're both my cars.
I know that. Why are we arguing? He just beat you off the line.
I only wish I had been in one of the cars sitting behind us.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? Because I can tell by the video where that is. I would like to have seen that.
Oh, yeah. And you could tell by the way the camera jumps. And the Batmobile that Mark's driving that he's got that bitch wound up.
Rocketing. Right there.
That's where the car shifted.
Okay, keep going. Keep going. You're right.
I was already past him by then.
Well, rewind a little bit so we can get the continuity.
Here.
Man, I'm good.
Right there, he's powering down.
It shifted.
No, it shifted, and then he powered down.
I drive past him.
No, he was slowing down. I'm coming after you.
Like, get over here and watch this.
He doesn't have to.
You listen for the audio. Watch where I am when the car shifts and then he drops down. I'm already past him.
All right.
They're both my cars.
No, they're both your cars. He beat you off the line. Which one of them? Isn't one of them more powerful than the other one anyway?
The one I'm driving.
Sorry. Well, it makes it worse.
Why?
Because then it's clearly the driver.
But once he slowed down, man, you just took off.
Yeah, you clearly won.
F both of you. Watch it at home.
It's quite impressive to see. I'd like to have seen it. That would have been funny to watch. Yeah, you're driving up to the store tonight. I'm going to get some bread. I'm going to get, holy crap, 2 Batmobiles. What possibly could have happened?
I got to turn the mics off for this one. That'd be the only reason you bring out two Batmobiles. All right. Can I do news?
Sure.
Okay.
Get some more emails here. Just 3 real quick ones.
All right.
Buddy, are you going to complete the tease from the last segment of last year? What is JD's secret?
You let that one go on the 21st? It was our last show of last year.
The day a lot of people didn't tune in, though, because we weren't supposed to be there that day.
All right. Well, then you lost out. Like I said, it was a reward for the people that were going to suffer through best of anyway. Then you got to hear the secret.
There you go.
Okay.
Were you here that day, Avery?
No, I wasn't.
All right. Well, you already know the story.
Yeah.
All right. What's that?
This one says, "Hey Russ, my gas. I don't care if you care about this. Gas bill for December jumped 3 times over last month. How much did your beating cost you? Did yours jump up? Because mine just almost tripled. Also,
I don't pay attention anymore.
Okay.
I think the gas bill. It was like $8.50.
Jesus. You say that like that's nothing.
The electric bill was $1,100.
Wow. It's just my gas bill.
And that's with not. I don't keep anything on upstairs. Almost. I got the AC heat shut off unless I plan on going upstairs.
Right.
I make Amy shut off. Anyway, I'm not running a bunch of crap at once.
Right.
Yeah. I went from about $200 to about $500 a month for gas. I live alone.
So do I.
I just don't know how well you live in an airplane hangar too.
What was yours, Everett?
I don't even know. Like you, I don't really pay attention. I just pay it. Go. I mean, I'm going to pay it no matter what. Who cares what it is? You're going to use gas.
What was the other problem with you, John?
Oh, they missed, somehow the folks at the gas company missed sending me a bill in November, and they've admitted to that. So, not only did it go to $400 one month, then $500 the next month, the bill was $900 because they had to add them together.
Oh.
We're really sorry we forgot to send you a bill. You owe us the $900, by the way, and you need to have it to buy by tomorrow. We'll be glad to shut it off for you.
So what, you thought you were just getting free gas the whole time?
No, you know what?
Well, who pays attention to that? I wouldn't pay it unless I got a bill.
Well, that's true.
She even admitted it. She goes, I can see here that somehow, for whatever reason, we didn't send you a bill in November.
But they were ready to shut off your service.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she goes, it's got to be paid by tomorrow.
Which had nothing to do with you.
Yes, I didn't do anything. I just now had I not picked up the phone, I still wouldn't know. So anyway, it's about $900.
You don't like it, take your business elsewhere. Have somebody else run lines to your house. Go to the other gas guy. Oh, that's right. There ain't one.
That's exactly it. So I'll be paying it, but it was just like, wow.
But you're using somebody else for your power.
Or electricity, yeah.
Has it been cheaper?
Oh, much cheaper.
Any problems?
No problems whatsoever.
What do you pay per kilowatt hour?
$9.90. I'm sorry. What is it?
I don't know what I pay, so tell him he's not going to do me any good.
I think it's 9.96 cents per kilowatt hour.
Okay.
And I think the price to beat by TXU is something like 12.1 or 12.7.
What did you used to pay every month, average?
In terms of my electric bill, well, it's hard to say because I switched years ago and the kilowatt hours across the board have gone up. But to put it in perspective, a bill that would cost someone with TXU $121 would only cost me $99.60.
Okay. You don't give up anything.
You don't give up a thing. You get the exact same electricity. I mean, your lights don't know the difference.
I don't understand because they're buying the power from TXU.
Yeah, but I mean, and I don't understand the particulars behind it, but obviously they're getting some kind of major wholesale rate because they're buying tons and tons of power and they resell it at a cheaper rate than TXU retails it for to its customers.
Well, it seems like TXU could go back, undercut all of them, wait for them to go out of business, and then ram it back up our asses.
Yeah, like American Airlines does.
Well, maybe they will now. I don't know.
That's brought it up.
Well, I mean, if they're all getting the same power, they're getting the same power from the same source, and TXU is the wholesaler. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Then obviously TXU can regulate whatever price they sell it for up to a certain point. Otherwise, you got to go through the PUC.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good.
TUC?
Something like that. Utilities Commission.
Public utility?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say that, and that sounds plausible, except there may be something. I don't know enough about it to know if maybe there's some sort of regulation or whatever that would preclude something like that from occurring. All I know is
it just seems like it'd be common sense. I'm buying, from the wholesaler. They're also selling it to the public. They could jack me around if they wanted to.
All I know is I'm paying less.
You haven't run into it because the big complaint I hear is service.
I've had it for 3 years.
No customer service problems.
No, I haven't needed it. My power just, I pay the bill and it stays on. I mean,
I hear that some of the other companies will shut you off a lot quicker. They won't negotiate. TXU, for instance, if you call them and you try to pay and say, look, I'm just short on cash.
They're easier to work with.
They'll let you run a couple of months.
It's at least worth me looking into.
Absolutely.
Because 10%, say the bill's
$100 a month.
$1,000, it's $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year.
Mm-hmm. Right. Or if you
that's a free month of electricity.
Yep.
Add an extra zero under the same scenario, $1,210 TXU bill is going to be $996 if you use my company.
Yeah. All right. Who are you using?
That's called Gexa. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it's Gexa or Geisha or whatever. Who knows?
All right.
Chinese woman. Come on.
Hi, Lonnie.
Yo, man, what's up?
Yeah.
$1,100 for a light bill.
Yeah.
Damn. That's my house note. Have you lost your mind? What do you live in, the Taj Mahal?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, well, damn. I guess so then. If I'm living like that, living large.
I had Christmas lights on this past month.
Oh, what's your average bill, though? It's not $1,100 a month. Please tell me it ain't $1,100 a month.
During the summer, it got up to almost 14.
Damn. That's a big-ass house. Can a brother move in? Oh, damn. Why you want to ride a brother like that? I clean the garage.
It'd be all right. All right, thank you, sir.
Later, man.
All right. Why does all the black people want to move in with me?
Because you got the big house with plenty of room.
Yeah, lots of places to stay.
They're going to feel out of place in the mid-cities.
Well,
that would be the reason there'd be 2 Batmobiles out.
Yeah. It's a real civil emergency.
We spotted black people in the mid-cities. Look up in the clouds. They're using the melon signal.
No one ever complains. It's amazing.
What are you pointing at?
I never say that.
Who's the one that took his Pink Floyd album, Dark Side of the Moon, and added crickets to it? Who wrote it on the album?
I didn't.
Really?
No. Will you give me a break? God. Let's do news.
You get it?
I know. Oh, my head.
Do we need a break?
Nope.
How about that?
All right. Talk like the security guard at DFW Airport with the scarf on.
Did you go through all the email?
Yeah. All right. It's Toby Keith's Road.
Oh, what was the one? What's the Toby Keith thing?
It's I just got his new winter tour schedule. This just came out. My buddy David, and he's going to be in Bossier City, Louisiana, on the 17th, which is a Friday.
All right.
I was wondering if I could take the day off to go see him.
A what day?
The day off, Friday.
To go see Toby Keith?
We get 6 weeks to plan it. We can take a day off.
February what?
17th.
Is that 6 weeks?
No.
We don't have any time off until the end of March.
There's personal days. We take them off from time to time.
We took those over the past couple of weeks. We took days we didn't own.
All right. Start asking. Dinner dance.
You want to take off a day just to go see Toby Keith?
Yeah, well, if I look...
Well, then he'd play at night?
Yeah, he'll be on stage about 8:30, so if I leave at 7...
Where's he playing?
Bossier City, Louisiana. Shreveport.
Okay.
I could probably fly in. But you know what? I already looked it up. The last flight didn't leave till like 9, and I wouldn't miss the show. He gets there at 10, the show's over.
Well, you'll save on plane fare.
I won't be going. Okay.
Well, I thought in Bossier an hour and a half drive?
3.
Oh, no, 3.5.
Bossier's 3?
Yeah, it's like 200 miles.
That's why I go to Windstar, Oklahoma now, because that's an hour and a half.
It's 96 miles from my house.
Bossier's where George took us to go gambling, right?
It's 3 hours by car.
Is it really?
Yes.
I didn't realize it was that far. And he's playing there.
Yes. It's the only place he's coming.
Isn't he going to play any place close?
Portland, Tacoma, Spokane, Boise. No, nowhere close. That's as close as he comes. Then he goes to Lafayette, Louisiana, Bossier City, Memphis, Peoria, Illinois, and back up the other coast. Columbia, South Carolina.
You didn't have any concert dates on a Saturday?
Mm-mm. Not that I could fly in and go to.
Why not?
I have no interest in going to, Ucasville, Connecticut. That's a Saturday.
Yeah. All right.
That's all right. I'll just miss the tour. Sure.
What was the thing you were talking about earlier? Police department wanted me to buy them cars?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
I told him to save it for the year.
This guy gives his name, and he said he's with the city.
Does it say, go to the last sentence, does it say to leave it out?
No.
All right, go ahead, man.
All right, I'm not going to give his name. I'm with the city of Garrett, Garrett Police Department, which is located in Ellis County, just north of Ennis, Texas, writing you as a possible request or proposal for the possibility of a donation of a patrol car. My department has only one patrol car, and it was the 2005 Heroes Parade. It was in your parade. Well, that's the only one we have. We have 3 full-time officers, myself, the chief, and let's see here, blah, blah, blah. We also have 7 reserve officers. Our city's expanding. He wants a car.
What's the name of the town?
Garrett, Garrett.
Where is that?
He says it's just north of Ennis.
All right.
He works Thursday through Sunday, and the chief and lieutenant work at the same time. They got to share the car. They got one car.
They want me to buy them.
They would like you to buy them or donate a cruiser.
Normally don't squad cars, when they come equipped, they're like 25, 30 grand if you do a Crown Vic.
Yeah, they're souped up.
That's about right. With everything on it.
Maybe you could sponsor it, kind of like they do race cars.
I do that.
Russ Martin's Garrett police car.
Well, they talked about, didn't they talk about that in either Dallas or Tarrant County?
Dallas putting on, people are saying, why not? They do it through NASCARs.
Yeah, exactly.
You just find different things that apply to the police car. Suspension by whatever. Tires, Goodyear. Explosions by Ford.
No. No.
If it means keeping them all in new police cars with new equipment, who cares what they look like?
Absolutely
I couldn't care less what the car looks like. I care about the people inside and where they're going.
Put banners on like they do the buses. I mean,
let's have it like NASCAR.
Has something across the back. Arrested, 214-823-LAWS, you know.
Very nice. Very slick. Here's his name and number if you like. So you can call him personally.
Or am I going to come up with $30,000 to buy them a police car?
You got it.
I don't know. You can cash your last check.
Wow. You can drive a police car through that hole.
Aren't we a bunch of tickets? I'm not buying them a police car.
Hey, just asking.
Russ Martin's police car. Bad insignia on the side.
I don't live any place near Garrett. I'll never see it.
I'm sure they'd bring it by the house. They got two. Yeah. If you buy that one.
You could make it a condition that they have to bring it by once a week for you to view.
How about if I loan them the Spittleville car while we're not shooting in it?
Well, that's an idea.
They got to keep it maintained. They got to leave the Spittleville stuff on it.
Oh, that's going to be hard.
Why?
Well, there's not going to be a lot of respect for the folks in Garrett to see the Spittleville car go by.
JD's pulling me over. Just think of all the cool insignias and different things you could have if you sponsored it. Awesome.
I don't think they're going to want to sponsor. They're going to need somebody to buy the car. What is it, Dan?
Give it to them.
Wasn't Rob at one point looking for a town to have it change its name to your name?
Yeah.
That way your name would be on all the cars.
Oh.
If they change the name of Garrett, what do we call it? I don't want to call it Martinville.
Martinville?
Martin?
Yeah.
Just Martin?
Mm-hmm. Martin, Texas.
Or Russ Martinsville.
No, it's too complicated.
What's complicated
Russ
about it?
Martinsville?
Why not?
You say Russ Martin, put an S on it, and then say Ville. What's tough about
it? It just doesn't flow. Martin.
If I'm going to buy you a squad car, you're going to change the name to my...
to Russ Martin, Texas?
Why not?
I like it. Okay, do it.
Oh, but Russ Martinsville sucks.
Yeah, Russ Martinsville's pretty hokey.
Screw you.
But you're okay with Russ Martin, Texas?
Russ Martin, Texas is clean.
That's the only name I would pick. Somebody else already got White Settlement.
You are on a roll.
Did you get to Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes. Stop it.
Hey, Rob. You want to call these guys in Garrett and see if... find out... Look on the internet and see how large Garrett is. It can't be that big if they only got one squad car.
Look toward the bottom. I think he says it's 400 to 600 people.
Vice versa with myself and most of the reserve officers. We are only a town of 400 to 600 people. But as I stated above, we are making preparations for the expansion of the city and getting our cars out to I-45. If you could help. Well, plus, I could get a deal on a squad car. I go through D&M, save some cash there, then go through... What's the name of that Rob, what's the name of the company that equipped all of the Spittleville cars with cop stuff?
The place out in Howe, Cop Shop or something like that.
Could get them to do it. Probably get a deal on stuff.
No doubt.
Actually, isn't that the name of the place, Cop Stuff?
That's it.
All right. Do that. Then I could buy, say it cost me $25,000 for a squad car. A, I can write that off, and B, I get a town.
That's a tax write-off.
That's awesome.
And a town. We got a place to go party.
Right next to a drive-in.
Do what?
It's right next to a drive-in, too.
It is? Yeah. Here, take him all of that. And that's the deal.
Okay.
They change the name of the city to my name. I buy them a squad car.
That's a good deal, really.
It's a very good deal.
Only 400 to 600 people. So you change a few checks and a couple of businesses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, you can leave the name of the business as Garrett if you want to. Make no difference to me. Just change it down the road.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, once phase 2 begins.
The expansion out to 45.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. All right. Break here? All right.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Go on, yeah. Shake, shake.
was. I think he called the officer that sent the email.
Okay.
So he's going to talk to the chief, and then they're going to talk to the mayor.
A town of 400 to 600. You could probably get this done.
Turn it into a tourist trap.
They're going to go back and calculate the cost. We got to change the city limit signs. I know the standard jokes there. I don't know what the legal fees would be. You got to go back and change the charter.
Yeah, the city charter.
What does that cost?
Well, I think probably a special session of the city council.
Okay, that's
or they might have to put it to a vote. I don't know, but it could be done. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. And if you need to absorb some ancillary costs, I'm sure you're more than willing to do that.
Not if I'm going to give them a full-blown squad car.
Well, there may be some incidental expenses that you have to undertake, but, it won't be that big of a deal.
Ron Chapman never got no city. He got a jet, but he didn't get no city.
Cities don't crash into nothing.
No, they don't.
I'd pay $30-35 for a city.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Especially if it has a drive-in theater, or will this one close?
I don't know.
It's right on the border there.
Okay.
It may become part of it.
We may have to buy the theater.
It won't be that much more.
What, Dan?
I actually got a couple of phone calls during the break. People said that there were two things in Garrett. One is a gas station. The other is, in fact, the drive-in movie theater.
Oh.
So apparently that's its,
Sweet.
And Everett's right. I mean, you slap your name on the city and that drive-in movie theater, that's going to be the place to be on a Friday, Saturday.
All of a sudden, I want to drive down there.
I know, me too.
And start looking around. And there's no way that they're going to, when if you got more than 3 people,
well,
you're going to have a problem, especially if they're not listeners.
But if there are people that live there and they have property investment there, they're going to say, and if you sit in front of the council meeting, what's the thing we could do to make this city and your property worth more money? Tie it up to the Russ Martin Show in Dallas-Fort Worth? Yes. So even if you don't listen, you're old Farmer Joe, and you don't listen, your property's value is going to go up.
That would get huge media attention, too. Maybe even national news. Naming a town after a radio personality like that?
And that would only help fuel the fire to change the name for the city, because now not only do maybe a couple of people in North Texas have heard of the town, now everyone around the country has.
Be huge.
Who wants to drive down there this weekend?
I do.
I'll go.
Let's go Sunday after we come up here and do the walls.
See a movie.
And why do we want to go?
That's going to be your town.
I don't know that I'm going to...
I know exactly why it is. You want to go down there and start picking stuff out. Like, I want this, I want that, I want this. It's a grown-up Toys R Us.
I don't get the town. They just changed the name.
Well, I know, but it's still fun to point.
What is it, Rob?
Might want to call Trey and have him price out some land down there.
Why?
Well, I'd actually like to move if they change the name.
Well, it'd be a heck of a drive every day.
Yeah. I looked on the map. Garrett's, if it's just north of Ennis, I think it's probably about 40 minutes south of Dallas.
Maybe weekend property.
All right. What was the last thing they told you down there?
He's going to check with the chief of police and possibly set up a meeting between myself, the chief, and the mayor to discuss.
This weekend?
That's what he's shooting for, yeah.
Let's see where it is. Yeah, there's a lake, Bardwell Lake right there. I'd love to have some lake property. It's just right outside Garrett.
I'm sorry, what's the name of the lake?
It's called Bardwell.
You think that's going to continue?
No, of course not. Ridiculous.
All right, we can drive down and look around the city.
Yeah, it's right down 45.
You know anybody making some signs?
Yeah, the guy's over at Eagle Eye. You want to stick on me now?
Yeah. Might as well get used to it.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need city limit sign and,
City Hall?
Oh, of course.
You're going to have to change that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the signs coming into town.
Stop it!
Russ Martin, 8 miles,
That state does that.
Yeah, we don't have to pay for that one.
No, that's true. But we'll just get a head start so people know it's coming.
We have our own movie theater. We can premiere our own movie. Spittleville, we can premiere down there. Big drive-in Friday night.
You don't have to get special permits for your rallies?
Walked into that one.
Dan, who's on
Should wait for you to finish it.
You didn't walk, man. You just went head first.
Yeah, that was a glass door right there.
Oh, it's Johnny from Operation Kindness.
Oh. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Russ. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So what would we have to name here to get a van from you?
That still hasn't been rectified?
No, I don't think it's going to work out.
Has Rob talked to, I'll talk to you about this off the air. We got enough contacts to where we could take the van you have and run it through everybody and get transmission, brakes, whatever, just like we did with the Spittleville cars.
Yeah, and well, we've got a great one of your listeners, Wes Waymire at the PM Center, fixes it for us all the time,
right,
for free. I mean, he's done that for several years, but it's just kind of, and it's working again right now.
Well, but what I'm saying is, you go in, you overhaul stuff, so it's like rebuilding a motor, crap like that.
Yeah, he even had I think a couple of years ago.
Is she not listening to what I'm saying?
No, he got the transmission
totally skipped over it.
Rebuilt or whatever you do to a transmission.
Okay, so we don't have to do that then.
Right. Well, I mean, he did it a couple years ago, but it's just.
How about we'll handle it?
Okay.
You don't seem to be listening.
I'm listening. I'm just telling you that we've already got.
Well, you can have somebody to work on it. You don't have anybody to go in and overhaul stuff.
Okay.
We'll go through the transmission, the engine, the brakes, everything that could possibly create a problem. And once you address all those things, then it's done.
Okay.
If nobody's going to give us a free van or at least loan it to you, then you fix the one you got.
Or give us a great deal on one. We love free, but we'll take really super deals.
Did Jeff talk to anybody about just giving you a deal on one?
I don't know, because we approached it from would they donate it, and get their name on it, or spots on your show. And
all right,
like that.
I'll find something out.
Okay.
All right. What do you have this week at the shelter?
Oh, we have beautiful, beautiful puppies. Everett's favorite cattle dog mixes.
All right, Australian Shepherds.
Oh, Australian Shepherd, right. These are beautiful. We have 6 little puppies, all from the same litter. They're 10 weeks old. Girls, boys. They were transferred from another shelter, and they're, some are the what's called the blue and white merle, some are the red and white, and they're just beautiful.
All right.
Among others, of course. We also have a 6-year-old little Yorkie that was transferred from another shelter. And his left eye has been permanently damaged because of a condition called dry eye, and where he was neglected and didn't get medication that he needed. So he really doesn't have vision out of one eye, but he's a real sweet little guy.
Quit it. He's doing the Three Stooges thing between the eyes.
Yeah.
To block it.
You stick your paw up like that, they can't get at you. I don't think I have any questions.
Oh, okay.
Any special needs?
We're doing good. Oh, and can I just say real quick that we had a really good adoption year. December started out really slow and kind of had us worried, but we ended up with 2,459 adoptions, and that was 52 more than the year before. So we're always glad when we can increase our adoptions. We don't strictly go by numbers, but that just means more animals can come in and more animals can be adopted into great homes. So we appreciate your support, as always, on helping us accomplish that.
Whatever. Anytime we can help.
We appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
Thanks. Bye.
What, Dan?
I sent you an IM. It's for a website information on Garrett, Texas, but I found this about just below halfway down. The local government employment and payroll expenses for March of 2002, their total for everything is less than your electric bill last month.
For the entire year?
No, for the month.
Oh. Halfway down. Oh, I see. Okay.
It doesn't look like that small of a town. There's an aerial satellite shot of it.
Okay. But the thing is, the fewer people that live there, the easier it is to get this done because you got fewer people to jack with.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like they're really short on cash. That should help, too.
Yeah. What, Dan?
This is the greatest site ever. You go a little bit below the local government stuff, and it gives you the strongest AM and FM radio stations in Garrett. Under FM, we're like the second one listed.
I don't see it.
And it's a little ways down.
Oh, no, I got it. Strongest AM, strongest FM. KRBV, second one's KLLI. Actually, they should all be the same because all the FM signals are coming out of Cedar Hill.
Yeah.
Of course, they also have KEGL on there.
Oh, that's all right. Okay. Who's that on 8? We got to go.
That is Robert. He's the Garrett police officer that emailed you.
Oh. Robert.
What's up?
Are we going to have a meeting this weekend?
I don't know. What's the deal?
I don't know. Who did Rob call? Did he not call you?
No.
Oh, I thought he called you and you talked to somebody.
No, not at all. I just called in. I was like, you know what? They're talking about me. I better call in.
No. Well, we took the email and we're looking into it. Maybe you'll get a squad car out of it.
Well, that would be awesome. It's just that, you've been a major supporter with the law enforcement and stuff like that. It would be cool that, people would look up into the support of that, and everybody gets kudos.
Did you already hear what I wanted in return?
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know how that's going to fly.
Well, you guys decide. If you want the cop car that bad, obviously this is something you want to push.
Well, that would be definitely something, the city council and the mayor would have to look into.
I should even go beyond the Crown Vic, and maybe try to do like a town car.
Just make it sweeter.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
if you can.
I don't believe a town car would survive the streets of Garrett.
Well, we could have things done to it. What, Dan?
You could always go with a police Hummer.
Sometime the SUV.
Because you could probably get one, from the military. They auction those off on occasion.
Well, you're going to want something that's not going to be too fast. You want something you can soup up.
That's true.
Yeah, you want something that's not too flashy.
Or if you guys are going to start running the freeway, if you're going to start running traffic on 45, then maybe you get. They still make Camaros? I know they stopped with the Trans Ams.
Hutchins PD has a Camaro as well as Dallas.
Well, then we'd have to get you a vet. I'm not going to have my officers running around in a Camaro.
Yeah, well, all of LA.
Hey, here's something else I thought. They're going to have to change the uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
And the badges.
Absolutely.
God.
You're liking it.
Yeah. What is it, Dan?
And if you also think about it, Garrett would possibly become, even though it may be already, the safest city near the Metroplex, because as soon as you become involved with it,
right,
every police officer in a major department that knows of us and knows of you is going to head right there for jobs. And they're going to need that because the town's obviously now going to grow.
It's going to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the lack thereof of population.
Excuse me, is there a liquor store in Garrett?
Actually, there's possibly one coming in.
But I'm sure you have moonshiners.
Hold on a second. What is it, Rob?
There's that something you might want.
Oh. All right.
Oh, okay.
Dan, tell him thanks for calling. We'll talk to him later. Oh, this is the audio. Well, then we got to go. But just hold on. City Hall?
Oh, of course.
You're going to have to change that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the signs coming into town.
Stop it!
Russ Martin, 8 miles,
That state does that.
Yeah. We don't have to pay for that one.
No, that's true. But we'll just get a head start so people know it's coming.
We have our own movies here. We can premiere our own movies. Spittleville, we can premiere down there. Big drive-in Friday night.
You don't have to get special permits for your rallies? God.
The glee with which you say it.
And an overall sense of relief.
All that paperwork.
Yeah. You could hear the stress leave his body.
Didn't know what you were going to say.
You don't have to get special permits for your rallies?
My brain just locked up on me. He said, rally, stupid. Your brain called you stupid.
All right. I want to take any of these before we go.
Whoa. Line 1, possibly.
Hi, Troy.
Hey, what would the high school mascot be?
What's the name of the high school now? Is it just like Garrett High?
Yeah. Like the Cape Crusaders or...
I don't know. I don't have anything cute for that one. I'll have to think about that. All right, thanks. Well, Frisco gave up the name the Fighting Coons.
No, we don't need that one.
It's not being used.
Yeah.
And then JD could have, a combination rally and pep rally.
Yeah.
You have the same flags and everything.
Rallies. There's no...
Maybe you could outfit your group with some instruments they could march during halftime.
We
at the
don't.
game.
No, we
Yeah.
don't. There'll be none of that.
God.
Yep.
I've never felt more like Barney Fife than this weekend.
Well, South Lake
We have our
has...
own movies here. We can premiere our own movies. Spittleville, we can premiere down there. Big drive-in Friday night.
You don't have to get special permits for your rallies? All right. Ready, Dan?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, for more information about the Russ Martin Show, pictures, links, video, webcams, and now towns, go to russmartin.com. To get answers to any question you may ever have about the show, just go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show and only during the show, just send that to studio@russmartin.com. The other show websites, johndavidryan.com, thegranddragon.com, danantassos.com, gaillightfoot.com, djclo.com, robriddlemoser.com, and treytrenholm.com. For law issues, contact Everett Newton at dallasattorney.com or call 214-823-LAWS. To make a donation or adopt a pet, go to operationkindness.org or call 972-418-PAWS. For Black Eddie's weather information website, go to weathерnig.com. And the official site for KLLI is live1053.com.
What do you got?
Chloe's going to be out of Billy Bob's tonight from 9 to 11 o'clock. They'll get some country, one of the country bands is singing out there.
Who's playing out there, Chloe?
45 South and Zona Jones. 45 South, awesome. They're just like a Texas country band. They're awesome, like a rock, country, jazz.
All right.
And I'll be at the gun show tomorrow at Market Hall from 1 to 3.
See if you can get me a clip for my Glocks.
Okay. Are there different sizes for the different Glocks?
I think they're mostly the same. Well, I'll ask. I got a 19 and a 20-something.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get them.
All right. We'll see you guys Monday.
See you Monday.
No. Because I know things have been slow since they put in the burn pan.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.